Let's talk about, well, paradox report here once again. Let us talk about what it's like to date a Capricorn. Oh, Lord. Whew. Dating a Capricorn, first of all, in order to date a Capricorn, you absolutely have to be a masochist. You have to love pain. Oh, where did my music go? Okay. A little anal. So Capricorns are delightful beings, especially Capricorn men. My God, their coldness is attractive. Their seriousness is charming. Their aloofness is just magnetic. So the thing is, Capricorns can come on really strong, or they may be really passive, and again, this could, we know an individual is the sum of their chart, not just one placement or aspect. So, with that said, sorry, I'm just making sure I got my music queued up over here. So, let's not get it twisted, because the thing about a Capricorn man is this: they're very particular about their mates. For the unevolved Capricorn, their motto is "I use." And we can probably apply that to an evolved Capricorn in a totally different way. But when you're dating a Capricorn, for one, you have to be or carry yourself a certain way. You want to really be on your A game, because Capricorn is that sign that is sizing you up without you really noticing. They're looking for something very particular in a woman. Let's say that. They want their woman to look good. Capricorn will always check you about your weight. My grandfather was good for that. They will fuck with you, let you gain a pound, and then you're putting ice cream to your lips. Capricorn is going to be like, so you really going to eat that? Do you eat to live, or do you live to eat? That's my grandfather's favorite line. It can be so intense that you don't want to eat around a Capricorn. Thanks to my grandfather, I have issues with eating around people that I just meet. Like, we never even sat at the table together for dinner because of my grandfather and his antics. It used to get so real that my grandfather would be like so up on you, like, forget about getting a midnight snack, because he would hear you. So what I used to do, my greedy ass used to take the whole blender in the bedroom and make a shake on the late night. So I'm saying all that to say, you want to be at your best when you're dating a Capricorn, because they're really, Capricorn has a really dark side to them. And, it can be borderline abusive. Really. And this is why I'm saying about pain. You literally have to have some sort of love for not even discomfort, for pain, whether it be through a sexual aspect or getting chewed out on a regular basis or being barked on to a certain degree. I mean, not all Capricorns. That's like the harder, more challenging end of it. But Capricorn wants you to look good, wants you to smell good. They really want you to be their trophy. And, at first, the weight poking thing is a joke, but it's really serious. So you just want to make sure that you're looking good at all times and you keep your waistline right. Another thing about a Capricorn is, like, an evolved Capricorn who got their shit together will keep you pregnant. You will be pregnant back to back to back to back to back. And then they'll talk shit about you gaining weight. But enough about the weight gain. As far as female Capricorns go, they love accessories. They have this thing about accessories. They're looking for something different. I know, random, but so if you're ever looking for a gift for your Capricorn female, just get her like an amazing belt, a purse, or a fucking gift card to somewhere she can get an amazing accessory. They're all about living a luxurious life, whereas Capricorn is here to attain and obtain that luxury. The Capricorn woman is seeking out whom she may link up with so that she can live that life, a fabulous life. They're very keen on what they want. So like, you know how like with a Scorpio female is like, okay, you know what? As long as it looks good, I'm with it. As long as homeboy has the bread, because Scorpio will wait it out. They'll wait out the proper relationship. You more often than not, until it's somebody who can actually marry them. Which is smart. It's a smart thing to do. But the thing where Scorpio kind of fucks up is that they'll take it even though the relationship dynamic is not sincere or something's not right with it. And they'll know that. But, Scorpio can be real sneaky too, but this isn't about Scorpio, this is about Capricorn. So the difference is that Capricorn wants the real thing. Capricorn might even, they gotta dig you. Capricorn female has to dig you enough in order to deal with you. But she might give you a lot of problems. You want to make sure that, that this person, if you're dating a Capricorn female, that they're in it because they sincerely are with you, that you're on the same playing field. Now, there's nothing wrong with a woman wanting to be comfortable or, to feel that she is provided for so that she can, live her best life and become all that she is to be, and that she can be the nurturing feminine aspect. But, you want to be mindful of gold diggers, basically. And I'm not saying that all Capricorns are gold diggers. I'm just saying there's the evolved and then there's the unevolved. And then there's users and there's abusers. So, Capricorn, when they love you, and what I've noticed is, somebody asked a question on Afro Astrology over at a secret group on Facebook. What two opposing signs are more likely to have a prosperous relationship? And I said Cancer, Capricorn. Mainly because when I do these videos, I really like to go off of my personal experience with individuals, and from what I've seen. I like to do a lot of research as well. A whole nother story for a whole nother day, because I like to go really deep. So yeah, this would be the essential Capricorn theme music here in the background. So what else can I say about Capricorn? So when Capricorn loves, they love hard. They're very protective of their mate, especially Capricorn male. They will provide like never before, and you better not act like you're ungrateful, and acting ungrateful would be like, Capricorn has brand new cars every year. They're trading in their cars for the new year, right? For the following year's vehicles. If you're not taking care of the car properly, if, you're not washing the car, there's scratches on the car, you're letting the kids act a fool, the pool isn't clean, the bedrooms aren't clean. Capricorn cares about, like, is dinner made, were the dishes washed? Capricorn man wants to know, because that shows how much you care. Because their main thing is making sure that you're provided for and that you have a comfortable or luxurious life. Capricorn will sacrifice. Capricorn males, more specifically, they don't want necessarily, a lot of them they're luxurious. You know what I'm saying? They want to have all that fly shit. Old school Capricorn, they'll have their basics, they'll have their shoes, they'll have, their suits, whatever. But they would prefer to have luxury items. And what I mean by that is having a pool, having a beautiful home, being able to take trips, being able to switch up on their cars, and making sure that their children, if they want to go to school, that's paid for, being able to help their children, being able to give back to their children, being able to create a what do you call that? Oh, I forget what you call it. But when you can pass something down to your children, I can't think of the word, but a legacy, right? Having some sort of legacy. Capricorn wants nothing more. Like, once they get with a person and they're having children, the only thing about a Capricorn might actually expect you to do more than just be a mother. And it could just be, that could just depend on the individual, and the timing and that sort of thing. But don't be surprised if Capricorn expects you to do a little more. But what I can say is Capricorns may not, depending on how long they've been with the individual and how fly their wife is and how much she keeps it together, they may not want her out of the house, like, on a regular basis. They want her within the home. And I don't know, maybe it's a fucking subconscious thing where they want to have their wives pregnant back to back so that they do gain weight, so that they can fuck with their soul, so they can maintain some kind of sick, twisted control. Nevertheless, what was I gonna say? With the opposing signs. So when you have a Cancer sun and a Capricorn, the fucking Cancer sun gives a Capricorn a run for his motherfucking money. She gives him a run for all his fucking assets, because she is the female of one of the females of the zodiac whose detached game is crazy. Like, she'd be like, you may not even have to do anything too tough to her to make her feel some kind of way. She could just think that you thought or may have been thinking some kind of way, and then she will go cold on you real quick. And then all you feel is those little claws coming at you when you do try to resolve things with her. But the Cancer woman is definitely a force to be reckoned with. But an immature one can be trouble. But what you do see here is where the Capricorn is like enthralled by the Cancer woman's, her detachment, her ability to carry on with life and just, be magnificent on her own. And then he knows that it takes any male that deals, or anyone that deals with the Cancer woman, that it takes a very particular type of, not even that, that underneath that hard shell is sheer magnificence. There's a sweet underlying individual or sweet persona underneath that not everybody gets to see. Sort of like when we're dealing with the moon, which is magnificent because the moon, Cancer, is naturally ruled by the moon. The moon's natural placement, astrologically, is in the 4th house, which represents Cancer and that sort of thing. So, only very few get to see this aspect, or this part of the Cancer woman, because she can be very like she can like be in attack mode a lot of the time, especially when you've done some sucker shit. But this isn't about Cancer, this is about Capricorn. So Capricorn sees all of this in her and is like, wow, like, I want to conquer that. Capricorn can sort of have like these kind of Pluto issues because they want the authority. They, a lot of the time they want to pull this wealth so that they can control whom and what is around them. And so the Cancer woman doesn't really want to be controlled, but she knows how to manipulate the situation. And I would think even a Venus in Cancer might be able to do this as well, but their minds may not really be on it like that, but they're going to have similar reactions. But the Capricorn male finds that quite intriguing, because Capricorn wants somebody who's going to give him a run. So, but here's the thing. If the Capricorn feels like they cannot have you 100%, or that you're playing games, they're going to fuck around with other people. A Capricorn with a Pisces moon, be very careful. Capricorn with a Gemini rising, very careful. Because we already know that Gemini energy is very detached, very chatty, and will have a lot of friends and will be called upon by others seeking their advice and that sort of thing. But what was I saying? With the Capricorn, I can't remember. But but they have them cheating and whatnot. So yeah, so Capricorn male. Here's the thing. He's not going to leave his wife. He's not going to leave his main chick. More often than not. Possibility. It depends. You know, maybe if she becomes a tub of lard, maybe. But, you know, I'm kind of joking when I say that. It's more like there's a loyalty factor with Capricorn. So even if he does cheat, depends on his level of respect. More often than not, I'm not even going to say more often than not, because the younger, more unevolved ones, I think they're sloppy on purpose because they want to kind of get caught. The others are very respectful of their mates, so they're not going to, it's not so much of a risk, but they're just not going to disrespect their family like that. Because remember, Capricorn deals with tradition. And is ruled by Saturn. So whenever you meet somebody and they got like Saturn on the first house, very serious. Anybody with Capricorn energy, more often than not, very serious. Capricorn moon, very serious. Or at least they come off that way. So they're serious about their shit. They're serious about their families. Capricorn women, I mean, look, I know a few. They're loyal. My grandmother, who married my grandfather, whom my grandfather married, my grandfather who was a Capricorn, my Nana, she is a Capricorn moon, which is pretty amazing because there we see that sun moon connection again. But she's a Virgo sun. My grandfather's was a Libra moon. But anyway, I can't really say too much about Capricorn women. But what I do know about my grandmother is she's got that real raw, tell it like it is satirical way about her too. So I can see where her and my grandfather were two peas in a pod. But I would be very careful if dating a Capricorn female because they switch. They're bug. They can remember don't attack me. Talking about the ones who are not evolved. It depends on your natal chart. Go run your natal chart. And don't say that to me but Cancer, Pisces moon differs with females. But nevertheless, Capricorn female, here's what you got to watch out for. They will snap at your ass real quick. Okay, so there's a couple different Capricorn females. There's the nutbuck backstreet, nutbush crazy Capricorn females that like they become very jealous. And that can become a problem depending on the type of male that she's dealing with, especially if it's a weak male. If it's a weak male that doesn't put her in her place. Because she's going to try you. Capricorn woman will try you. Especially if she feels like she's got a little more masculine energy than you do, or just handles things, or is just more outspoken or willing to tell it like it is. There we go. So that's one, right? So then we have, because what they'll do is they'll just start tripping out. They'll be like, oh yeah, your homegirl, she's cool. Let them have a drink or two, and then like it'll be they'll just make something out of absolutely fucking nothing. And it becomes like a really big something, like where they're so twisted or their mind is so warped that they get themselves into some bullshit. They can get themselves arrested and all of that bullshit. And really, nothing is going on between the other two individuals. It could even be the Capricorn female's homegirl, that they'll start feeling some kind of way about. Just the, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to start taking this into other realms of reality, like, relationship dynamics, but I'll just leave that there. I'm trying to stay focused. So then you have the Capricorn female who, like I said, she's dedicated to finding the perfect mate, the mate that can provide for her lifestyle, and take care of her and her children, and make sure that she's good all throughout the day. So it was something else I wanted to say. Capricorn as parents. Let me say something else about Capricorn women. You got an evolved Capricorn woman. She's not playing no fucking games with the kids. And what you'll see a lot of the time, Capricorn and Capricorn male, Capricorn female, you'll see a lot of Cancer, well, not a lot, but you'll see some Cancer. You'll see Libra, because nobody else wants to be with a Libra. I've never seen Aquarius. Never seen Aquarius. I've seen Pisces, but that's not as often. But yeah, and Capricorn. What I love, when you get the Capricorn and Capricorn together, my God help their children, because their children are going to have the whip cracked in each direction. Oh, you thought you could run to your mom's and ask your mom something? Nah, you got two Capricorn sun signs, they're going to deal with you accordingly. Oh, you trying to come and ask me for something when your mother already told you got to do X, Y, and Z first? Nah, now you ain't getting shit. Go sit in your room for the next 4 weeks. They're just not going to play that with you. And when you see their children as adults, you see like how that structure has benefited those children. Because they're all falling in line, and a lot of times they're not too far from home. They stay close because they understand and they overstand. Even if they go away from home, there is a tight connection, the very close bond, a very spiritual bond. Let's not get it twisted. Capricorn may not be in church all the time, but Capricorn is very philosophical, very spiritual, very strong in the things of spirituality. And they have this magnificent way of just like taking in all like different aspects of religion, society. Like I said, very philosophical, and sort of like making it work for their lives. Very powerful, the female. Very diligent within her home. She is like ready to attack. You touch her children, you think the Aries is something. Both cardinal. But that Aries and that Capricorn will break your fucking neck on sight if you fuck with their kids. Like, I'm not even joking. The female, the male might give you a second. The female might just straight up crack your jaw. So yeah, they don't play when it comes to their kids. They don't play disrespect. They don't give a fuck. Let you bring your children and they don't act right. Bring your little baby children like toddlers and they don't act right. The Capricorn is going to be like, oh, they're not even going to tell you. They're going to check your kid for you. Not even for you. They're just checking your kid because this is how they move. And this is more specifically the Capricorn female in action. She takes care of everyone. She loves everyone. But she's quick to flip. She can be very quick to flip. Capricorn male can be quick to flip too. I know once you heard my grandfather's hands slapping on the counter and he said, "God damn it," we hit the deck. Woe to the person who was caught up at that moment because grandpa ain't play that shit. So Capricorn female, she's not playing that shit either. What will happen if you have a Capricorn situation where the Capricorn male and female married? The Capricorn male will act more so of the like, he's the grounding aspect. You won't see him tripping too much. The female will go in. He only breaks. He will settle the shit real calm and smooth. You don't want to see a Capricorn male upset. You really don't. None of us do. So they had some shit about where they were talking about who was more likely to be serial killers and that sort of thing, I don't think Capricorn would be a serial killer. So never mind. I kind of went way left with that. But come to find out, it's like Virgo or some shit. I don't really understand that. I could understand it being a Pisces, maybe even a Gemini. But yeah. So Capricorn woman she wants her children close. Even if you have a Capricorn moon, they want their children close. I have progressed moon in Capricorn right now. And people be like, oh, Elijah doesn't have any girlfriends coming over. No, and that's quite all right. He's into females, but Capricorn moon. I'm good with that. I like my child, and he's young. Like, what does he need with a whole partner right now? He needs to be focused on what he's focused on, which is his music and engineering and whatnot, and learning how to do the musical engineering. However, Capricorn energy also knows how to detach. They want their kids close, but they understand when certain things, they understand what's best. Whatever is best for the child, the Capricorn woman is going to do. They will always maintain a tightness with their children. Shout out to Joanna Meal and Mama Meal, Roxanne Meal. Mama Meal is a Capricorn queen, hands down, end of story. Her belt game is crazy. Crazy. She has 2 beautiful daughters. Her husband, who had passed, God rest his soul, quite a few years back, he was also a Capricorn. So my homegirl Jo is a force to be reckoned with, being raised by 2 Capricorns. I'm sure she could add a hell of a lot to this, but just shout out to them, because they're diligent watchers of Paradox Report. What else can I say? My godparents, as I always say, I always shout out my godparents. My godparents, both Capricorns. And the thing about the Capricorn is this. When I was younger, when you're being raised by Capricorns, my grandmother used to have this thing. She's Virgo sun, Capricorn moon. She used to have this thing where she would come save us, especially like when that whole O.J. Simpson shit was going on. My grandfather would want to talk to whoever was around, and he'd keep you there for hours. As I got older, like maybe late teens, like 19, 20, 23, I began to have way more respect for the shit that my grandfather was saying. I always listened, I always adhered, and I always tuned in. However, it wasn't until, because my grandmother used to save me, I used to be like, no, I don't want to be saved. Like, I want to sit and I want to listen at the word of the Capricorn, because stories are amazing and you can learn a lot from being around a Capricorn. And I thank Goddess and the Most High in the universe for giving me my godparents that I have now. Because I have a godfather who I can sit at his foot and listen, and really kind of get that philosophical feeding, and spiritual feeding that one needs. So, all right. So I hope I didn't go too far out on a tangent. Capricorn make great teachers. You'll see that the Capricorn female is very different when she's teaching, though. But again, we got to look at all of the aspects in the chart, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, you will learn a lot very early when you're raised by Capricorns, and sincerely, about real life shit. And I would think that if you could take a child of a Capricorn, they're very grounded, because there was no room for bullshit, right? I just thinking, my grandfather was raised by Aquarius female. Well, his mom was an Aquarius. So it just is always like, whoa. But I see a lot of that. Aquarius, Capricorn kind of have like this thing. It makes sense, because Capricorn might have their Mercury in Aquarius, and Aquarius might have their Mercury in Capricorn, and that sort of thing. So they get each other, because most people don't get fucking Aquarius. I have Aquarius on the South Node. I don't have any other planets in Aquarius. No planets in Aquarius, actually. So I'm just thinking if I hit everything I wanted to hit. But yeah, if anything, if you were trying to figure out whose kids you want to watch, I always got to know somebody's side. And their parents are Capricorns, or at least one parent is a Capricorn, and the other one is not like a Pisces or some kind of pushover sign, I would want to watch the Capricorn's kids, because chances are you're not going to have the bullshit. You're not going to have like a whiny kid that's going to like have conniptions and throw themselves on the floor and whatnot. All right, so it was nice talking to you guys. You know, I can talk all day. Progressed Venus and Gemini on the ascendant, so I can talk until the cows come home. Raised by Capricorn energy. My mother's a Leo. She has Mercury in Leo, so you know I could talk. But nevertheless, it's been real. I hope you guys got, you know, a lot out of this video. And that's about it. So I love you all. Thank you for watching.
Paradox.